With its 270-mile stretch of sunny white sand beaches all year long, Puerto Rico is one of the most touristed islands in the Caribbean. Images of fit, tan, sun hat-wearing, rum-sipping locals are often emblematic of the territory, though recently most headlines and images have been much more austere, calling Puerto Rico the Greece of the Western Hemisphere. So what's the deal with Puerto Rico? What's life really like for its people? Well, culturally, they are more influenced by Hispanic and Afro-Caribbean than mainland U.S. culture, even though the island is part of the U.S. Commonwealth. 95% of people speak Spanish at home, the country's first official language, and about 9 out of 10 people are Roman Catholic. At parties, it's common to see people dancing to reggaeton, jibaro, and salsa, and eating the traditional sofrito and mofongo. But despite this and its warm climate all year long, life is not always festive. The vast majority live in densely populated urban areas, often accompanied by power outages and high rates of violence, homicide, and unemployment when compared to the U.S. These are just some of the reasons why Puerto Rico's people are leaving en masse, particularly young professionals. Despite some of its shortcomings, though, nearly all Puerto Ricans are literate and about 20% obtain a bachelor's degree, creating a situation where people have skills that their home has no demands for. It was a challenge to find a job in Puerto Rico, says a university graduate who left, explaining that unfortunately finding work in government can be challenging, especially since it's the island's main source of employment. So if you're a young adult and can't or don't want to go into Puerto Rico's public sector or heavy tourism industry, you'll probably be headed for a U.S. state like New York. In fact, there are actually more Puerto Ricans living off the island than on it, about 4.6 million compared to 3.6 on the territory. But wherever they end up, they maintain their Puerto Rican identity. Indeed, even those who are born outside of the island refer to themselves as Puerto Riqueños or Boricuas, not American. And when they speak of their country, they're typically referring to the island and not the U.S. mainland. But this mass exodus has a strange effect back home. The majority of people in Puerto Rico are either old or under 25 years of age. Many of them rely on public assistance or loans, often coming from the United States, which has contributed to their current economic situation. Still, for all the talk we hear of their imminent economic demise, they rank highly on measures of global GDP, have long life expectancies, high educational attainment, and to top it off, Puerto Ricans are some of the happiest people in the world, ranking in the top 3 of some global surveys. So what do you think? Is Puerto Rico headed for economic despair? I'd love to get your thoughts in the comments below. And to watch a video on whether Puerto Rico should become its own state, check out this episode from our sister channel, Test Tube News. Bye guys!